Play number two. Now, this is a PLG use case, so if you have free trials, but this could also be run with another signal. It doesn't have to just be product usage spikes. You could do, again, like job listings, tech stack. You can do job changes. There's a ton of different things, right? But the idea here is that we don't actually know who that specific person is, but we've identified the account. So the way that this is going to work is we're going to build a workflow where anytime there's an anonymous visitor from an organization that visits our site, we're going to stack the signal for product usage. And you can get very specific here, but one thing that we're interested in is the percent increase in product usage in a given time period. So this filter right here for us is going to be based off of, in the last 28 days, product usage has increased by 10%. And we can get super specific with like the type of actual filters that you can use here. And that's like the really powerful part about the product usage side of things here. And I guess just to kind of maybe set the base a little bit and take a step back. So at Common Room, we have a free trial. Users will start to use a free trial, but they aren't necessarily the buyer or the decision maker, right? Like you'll get an account executive, you'll get SDRs, you'll get managers. So one of the triggers that tells us that we should reach out to an account is when we start getting anonymous visits from that account, right, on our website. Now, if you weave in something like product usage spikes, we create a workflow that essentially automatically reaches out to those decision makers, and we see if the product usage spike is somehow tied to a business initiative, right? So to walk you through this again slowly, because this is where if we're getting a bit technical, and I don't think a lot of people have done something like this. It's quite novel. An anonymous visitor, we know the account. We know that there's a product usage spike of 10%. It's what we set. This can be fully customizable. The org is over 25 employees, and we're looking for people in specific industries. So we use internet, software, technology, etc. Then what we do, if people meet that criteria, we go to our database and we add all C-level heads, VPs, of sales, marketing, and growth into a specific play. So up to 5 contacts here. This is also customizable. So we'll go and find the 5 most senior people in the revenue org. And then we will set up another workflow that if they meet that criteria, we will push them into an outreach sequence. The whole point here is that rep never has to go and find the contacts in Sales Navigator, in any type of like database again. We're automatically doing that for you. And how does this all kind of like tie back from a messaging standpoint? This is a pretty simple template that we use here, but essentially that workflow pushes everybody into a sequence, and we just call out those new decision makers that we've identified automatically and enriched, and say, hey, we were just talking to one of your SDRs or AEs and noticed they had started a free trial 5 days ago. And this is what they started to do in the trial. So whatever you define as your activations, or you tie this to like a business problem, and then you're just trying to gauge whether this is something of interest to them, because maybe they haven't heard of you before and it's just like a random SDR or AE that's trying something out, but maybe it is tied to a business initiative. So now we've automated that whole workflow. And this is something, when you couple something like anonymous web visitors with product usage or with other signals, can become very, very powerful. And that's how we're seeing success.